processing. Tonight, a guy friend of mine yelled at me to shut the fuck up and let him talk. And this is a nice guy, right? I could have this, I'll probably have another video between nice and kind.
Nice guys finish last every time. I'm gonna let her cook though.
But I was absolutely shocked. We were talking about the T app, and
of course
I could
you
tell
was.
it was coming from a very emotional place and projections from his part, and I was just sharing the women experience and why something like the T app exists.
The woman experience is very like tunnel vision mindset. It's not that it's not real. It's not that it's not valid. It's that it's not complete. Okay. Women want you to believe that the T app was made to protect women. It was not. Okay. Maybe it was made to protect women, but it's not being used to protect women. It's being used to harass, attack, and ruin the reputations of men who did nothing wrong, according to society, but did something wrong according to you. Let's continue.
10% goes to the National Domestic Violence Hotline, and
which, by the way, National Domestic Violence Hotline, I want you to remember there is only one domestic violence shelter for men in this country. Only one. There's like 30 for women. I'm just throwing it out there.
And he was
But the woman experience though.
arguing how for men, if a woman doesn't like a man, he can easily slander him and things like that. And I was explaining to him, yes, that's the case, but you can compare that to women survivors who go to court, and the court is usually not on the side of survivors. And so...
Oh, get the fuck out of here. You're a full-blown liar.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop.
You're a full-blown liar. I don't know where you got this idea that women are discriminated against in the courtroom. You're a full-blown liar. And you're just seeing whatever you want to see. Like, get the hell out of here. Johnny Depp's entire career was ruined behind an allegation of a woman. I had a friend of mine whom, just to, go on a little tangent for a quick, I had a friend of mine back in 2018 who went to jail for 9 months over an allegation. Okay, long story short, he slept with a girl who had a boyfriend, and when her boyfriend found out, she said that she was raped and then went to the police and filed a police report. And so my boy, he got to take accountability. He don't answer the phone for numbers he don't know, so he never answered the police phones. So they said after maybe almost a year of calling him, they said, fuck it, we just gonna go and get him. Went, got him, held him in there for 9 months. It got so bad to even at some point by the 8th month, I thought to myself, and I said to our friends, I said, I don't know, guys. He's been in there for 8 months. It's probably time to start considering the very possibility that he might have did that shit. And everybody kept telling me, no, you don't know him like we know him and this, that, and the third. I'm like, okay. And on the 9th month, they let him out. Nope, we're back. My bad. No compensation, no nothing. Oh, you lost your job, you lost your apartment, but yeah, our bad. Yeah, we couldn't find the accuser. We called her, she didn't pick up. But apparently in the courtroom favors men. Girl, if you don't get the fuck out of here with this lying ass shit.
We already have so many things that aren't on our side.
Like what? Like what? What, as a woman, what is not on your side? Please enlighten me. I'm willing to hear it in the comments.
We have an app. I'm stumbling around my words because I'm still like processing. I don't do well with men who react that way from my history. And so, but the app was created for women to support women. You could put green flags on there. You could put red flags, but it felt like he didn't hear anything I was saying. And sharing how there's potential slander versus women's safety, right? Domestic violence. Men are the apex predator for women, and most of unaliving comes from men.
Most of the violence that is perpetuated by men is towards other men. As a matter of fact, what women like her don't seem to ever want to point out is that when you do when you look at the metrics, when you look at the numbers, it's funny how domestic violence is the most prevalent in female relationships. It's the least prevalent in male relationships. Meaning, I'm saying that shit in a weird way. Gay relationships between men, damn near no domestic violence. Gay relationships between women, them bitches killing each other. So when you take that math, right, and you put them together, it would be reasonable to deduce that when you put men and women together, women are the ones initiating the domestic violence. As a matter of fact, it's statistically a fact that women are more dangerous in domestic violence situations because they're more willing to use a deadly weapon than a man is. Now, the thing is, when a man does commit domestic violence against a woman, which is wrong, because we're the physically superior sex, more damage can be done. And men, when they, the masculine emotion is anger, and when men anger get the best of them, some terrible things can happen. So let's keep going.
Against their partners, and so it kind of
and let's cut this bullshit out. Y'all are not on there exposing men for being women beaters. That's not what you're doing. I hate liars, bro. I hate disingenuous, bad faith assholes, and you're one of them. Because you know damn well when you log into the T app today, you are not looking at women who are exposing men for beating women. That's not what you're doing. You're exposing men on there for having little dicks, for having no stroke game, for being gay, for being everything but anything that has to do with safety.
And also the point of, I was just debating, sharing my part, and it was getting him very frustrated to the point where he's an impassioned person, right? But then it tipped over and he yelled at me and said, shut up.
And more men need to do that. More men need to do that where you just need to tell a female, just shut the fuck up. Really. And if she feels some type of way about it, goodbye. The thing that my therapist once told me, who was a woman, a black woman to be exact, who told me sometimes you just got to speak your piece and just say and walk off. And when they got some, you heard what I said. Shut the fuck up and let me talk. Huh? You heard what I said?
And the girls that were there, one girl stepped away and then the other girl was sitting, and they were shocked too. I don't know how to process it in terms of it being a guy.
No, I don't know how to process it. Oh, get the hell out of here.
And apologized again. But it's when you go over the edge and that happens, it's not okay. And this is why emotional regulation is really important. And I'm proud of myself to tell him I didn't freeze. My past self would have frozen. I immediately said, that is not okay. You need to step back, cool down. I don't think we should have this conversation anymore. He didn't step back, and he just paused. And then he continued with the conversation on a calmer note. So that wasn't truly boundary honoring. I'm just still processing this.
This bitch act like she just lost a fucking family member. This is why you got to stop being friends with these feminists. Really, in my personal opinion, you shouldn't be friends with women at all because, well, for reasons. If you're a man, you know what I'm talking about. I already know what you're really there for. You know what I'm saying? Notice how niggas ain't never friends with unattractive women. I know why you there, bro. Good on you for telling them to shut the fuck up, but then you apologized. Yeah, you're soft, gang. I'm sorry. You don't apologize. You never apologize. All right? You don't apologize and you stand your ground. And a lot of these feminist women like her are not used to men standing their ground because we are raising men to be soft as hell. This would be the same woman in about 10 years asking, where have all the masculine men gone? Hello. You had one tell you to shut the fuck up and you got all in your feelings like, oh, I'm just having a problem processing this. Shut up. Okay? A lot of y'all need to be taught. I already know how this conversation went. You trying to make it sound like you was just so calm in the conversation. Oh, I was so level-headed during that debate. No, you wasn't. You kept over-talking him. And eventually, the little sliver of masculinity in some of the softest men will come out and tell you to shut the fuck up because you need to shut the fuck up. Quite frankly. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. Yeah, make sure you like and subscribe to the video, man. Let's go.